very welcome. My name is Suzanne Golis, and I'm a Catholic sister of the Sisters of St. Joseph of Peace, and that's the community that sponsors Water Spirit and has sponsored the retreat center. I think pretty much you know that the retreat center will be sold. Water Spirit will go on. We're looking for a new location right now to move to. It's not going to be easy to find anything like this, but we'll do fine. We'll do fine. Just a word about there are many people here I don't remember seeing here before. You may not know about Water Spirit. Just a couple words on that. Water Spirit is an ecology and spirituality program. It's non-denominational. We're really for people who are looking for a spirituality that connects them more deeply with the environment. And we use water as a prism because water is so precious. All life depends on it. We came from the water, and we need the water to survive. But so do the seagulls, so do these bushes, so does this grass. We're part of that one system that really depends on water. We do programs for all age groups. We do programs for different religious groups. We do programs for colleges, high schools. We do programs for just anybody who finds us, is on our mailing list, reads what we're doing, and is interested in coming to what we're doing. We heard about this, and it fit in with one of the things we certainly try to do. We care for, the saying goes, we care for what we love. Today is a celebration, Global Water Dance Day, throughout a very large area, which I'm not going, Sherry's going to tell you about that, wherever you are, but it's an opportunity just to pay more attention to our connection with the water, and as kind of an added connection, the land that goes with it and that is dependent on it. So this is meant to be an enjoyable day. This is meant to be, or afternoon, enjoyable time in which hopefully we all will walk away realizing that we love this water. We love this earth because we care for what we love. And that's a part of Water Spirit that is incorporated into all our programs. It's lovely to say this is an expression of the sacred, this is holy ground, this is beautiful, this is source of life. But it's not enough if we don't say, how are we treating it? And I'm really happy that we have groups here today, Clean Ocean Action, Food and Water Watch, that will be talking about why we have to pay attention. Because you know what? We're not treating water well. Whether you're talking about a global position or whether you're talking about locally. We have many, many problems. The United Nations suggests that in a recent report where they took all the statistics, they said if we're on the same path, if we stay on the same path, globally, 1/3 of the people by 2025 will simply not have enough water, clean water, will not have access to clean water. You may say, well, I'm glad I'm not there. We have our problems. And sometimes, I don't know about you, but I wonder what I'm drinking. I know we can check, and I know the water companies send out a check of what you're doing, but there are so many ways in which water is being compromised that I think today is important because it gives us an opportunity to kind of step back, to sit and say, you know, I really care about this. I really care about this. I love this. I love this. And if I love it, I want to care for it. So welcome. We're so glad you're here. And we're delighted to be able to host this wonderful, wonderful day. And the dancers are just great. And I loved, hey, you guys over there, who was the one who got up and danced? Good job. Good job. Okay. I'll have a wonderful time.
Thank you very much. And we are really all happy to be here, and thank you for opening up your space for us. and bringing enlightenment to water issues that are important for all of us, locally and globally. My name's Doreen Lapperdon Addison. I'm one of the co-directors and co-choreographers, along with Sherry Greenspan. And I want to thank, again, all the lovely dancers and movers and all the other people behind the scenes and the speakers who are here to support us, and the drummers. So if I left anybody out, and the audience for coming. And so I just want to give a quick, brief history of Global Water Dances. Global Water Dances started in 2011. It was the brainchild of several movement people who are movement experts in nonverbal communication and dancers who through the Laban Institute of Movement Studies. And the institute is both in England and in New York City. And they came together and felt that dance in particular, along with the arts in general, but dance alongside environmental concerns such as water can have a deeper impact on how people think about their world and possibly, hopefully, take action. So in 2011 it was started. It was the first Global Water Dances. It comes every 2 years. And Sherry and I met in 2013. We were brought together. I was starting a group here in Monmouth County, and thankfully Sherry was here, and we met and we performed, and I see some dancers over there and that were part of it in our last in 2013. 2015 we chose not to do anything, but now 2017 we decided to start again. So we're both really, really thrilled to be presenting this to you, and hope that you enjoy the dancing, the music, and the speakers. So thank you.
Hi everybody, thank you for being here. I just want to say that this event is live streaming in over 108 locations around the globe on every continent today, right now, all day long. And one of the pieces that you'll see later, the global piece, is a piece that is the same choreography in every location, and we share that. And in a minute we're going to hear from Jeannie, but I just wanted everybody to know that. And you can check that out online later, all the amazing locations and different perspectives on water. And Jeannie, come on over. I'm Sherry Greenspan, by the way. Thank you for being here, everybody.
Thank you, Sherry. Hi, everybody. My name is Jeannie Tour, and I'm the Asbury Park representative for the DLA Commission. I'd like to speak a little about caring for water. To humans as creators of our lives, water is a servant. We use it to do things like grow crops and livestock, to clean ourselves, to be healthy, to stimulate ideas, and to move products from place to place. We drink it into our bodies and experience the cycles of rain and fog, snow, ice, and rain again. It reminds us that our own lives work in cycles, just like the water cycle. Here's what we know about the Earth's water. The water that the dinosaurs drank and walked through on our Earth, anybody know how many years ago they lived? Come on, kids. Somebody here knows? 65 million years ago. The same water that they drank, in the same water that they washed in every day, is the exact same water. Every drop of water is still here now, no more, no less than 65 million years ago. And water is our connection with the dinosaurs and the cycle of everything that's ever lived before and will live after us. I'd like you to picture in your mind that it's raining. That's easy because it's been a lot of rain, right? Can you see the drops falling on the ground? And imagine the water seeping into the earth and into the water table below. Can you see the water rushing down the street? What does the water carry along with it down the street? Anybody know? dirty stuff, right? Leaves and oil drops and things from our cars. It carries that. Drops of oil and maybe goose poop too. And a few plastic bags and styrofoam cups and no, not dog poop, right? Nobody puts dog poop on the streets, do they? No. Can anybody leave their dog poop there? No. Okay, but where does all this water and debris go? It goes down the drains, right? And then where? When it goes down the drains, where does it go? Where? To the rivers. That's right. See, our public schools are doing a great job.
For moms.
And moms. And into lakes, our freshwater lakes. And it catches all the lovely, fresh, maybe oily water that supports all the plants. Does anybody know how much of our earth is covered with water?
75%.
Wow, great. 70% of the world is covered by water. But only 2.5% is fresh water, and less than 1%, actually 0.3% of that, 0.3% is usable. So I was walking with my 4-year-old niece, Kaylin, recently on the street in a neighborhood, and every time we would walk by a drain, Kaylin would stop at the drain and look in, lean in, and say to me, "What's down there?" And I told her, I tried to explain to her, drains are used as, they're open holes in the street in Virginia because they don't have the same mandates in New Jersey to cover with grates. But she peered in and she listened, and I explained about the drains. She asked, well, where does that go? And like you said, I said the rivers and the lakes, but I really wasn't sure where she lived, where they went. Eventually I realized the water went down the ditch and into the inland waterway. I'm glad that Kaylin was curious. It helped me to be more curious and to understand the environment better. I think we can all be more curious about these precious fresh waters around us. I think it would be really cool if we all asked, where does the water go when it drains in my neighborhood? What are the names of the streams and the rivers and the lakes that I drive by or I walk over? Where do they go? So I'm encouraging you to be curious because it will help you to take more interest in this precious, limited, life-giving fresh water, like my niece. Be curious about water and think about how you might use it to keep it cleaner. I decided last year to become a commissioner for the Deal Lake Commission. That means we have a mission to be stewards, to restore Deal Lake and its tributaries as a healthy ecosystem. It's a big task for a medium-sized, long-neglected lake. But I think everybody could be a steward of some freshwater system, maybe a pond near you, or a stream, or just being a good steward of the water you use in and around your home, running the water and flushing it only as you need it. And never put anything on your lawn or down the drain that would make you or a dinosaur sick. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeannie. Okay, so as we get started, I just want to mention that in the movement, Laban movement analysis, the people that originated this, are interested in inquiry regarding how we move, how the tissue of the body moves. And when I want to connect and feel connected to water, I go to that inquiry about the fluids of our body. How much fluid are we? Does anybody know how much fluid we are? So much, over 70%. And every fluid of the body has a different rhythm. So in this inquiry that for the last 15, 20 years, I and Doreen have been researching and studying and students of, we use those rhythms. We find our flow, the craniosacral fluid, the arterial blood flow, the venous blood flow. They have different rhythms. So we use those rhythms to connect, and this is how I find my way of connecting and finding compassion when I feel disconnected. And so that's what this piece is based on. And enjoy. Thank you for being here.
I'm Amanda Wheeler from Clean Ocean Action. I'm the Education and Volunteer Coordinator, and I can't think of a better time for us to speak after that very moving piece, and after all the other speakers had mentioned all the things that Clean Ocean Action has been about for 33 years. From Doreen and Sherry's lovely introduction about movement and motion, and I'm standing and listening to the movement and motion of the ocean, to Suzanne's wonderful comments about the connection of everyone to water, to Jeannie from the Deal Lake Commission, with whom we're starting some work in our watershed mindfulness project, and that beautiful piece, just touching on everything from ocean industrialization to litter to the pain that the ocean goes through to entanglement of animals. That was just really amazing, and it touches on everything that Clean Ocean Action is and stands for. And I would like to just thank everyone for inviting us to come tonight. We have some good news and bad news as always. I don't know how many of you got a chance to see, it's been all over the news, that amazing footage of the humpback whale who swam really close to a fishing boat, and the people on the boat were able to get footage of him feeding, and the bunker was jumping into their boat, and it was quite amazing, and I was quite inspired by that. The humpbacks are back in their habitat. This is where they belong. We've been working for decades, very hard. Citizens, a coalition of 117 groups that makes up Clean Ocean Action, to clean up the industrialization that marred our coast for so long. And these animals are back. Their food is here. That's why they're here. And it is a miracle to see them here and to be able to say that they're back. And yet we face many threats. Most notably, in the next few weeks, we'll be pushing out very hard for people to make public comments about some projects being proposed by permit to what's called fast-track seismic blasting, which is in an effort to explore for oil and gas deposits off the coast of Cape May all the way down to Florida. We are concerned about this for many reasons. They are asking permission to kill or maim up to 138,000 marine mammals. It's always a question as to whether there even are 138,000 marine mammals. It's not really possible to count them. So we are asking the fact that it's been put in as a fast track means that our deadline, the deadline for public comment, is July 6th. And we have known about it for about 2.5 weeks. So we are trying to get as many people as possible, citizens, to comment. We have it up on our website, www.cleanoceanaction.org. We are, of course, commenting, as well as many other environmental organizations throughout the region. This would be something that would affect the entire Atlantic coast. It isn't something that you can, as we learned in the BP spill, all oil goes everywhere when it spills. There would be an amazing amount of oil coming up from the Gulf Stream right into New York, New Jersey bight where we are, even if there were a spill off the coast of, let's say, Georgia or Virginia. So we're very concerned about this. Come over to the table if you'd like to sign a petition, if you'd like to get more involved and make your own public comments. Go to our website. All the information you need is there. There are some sample letters that you can use, and send those in as soon as possible. We'll be obviously pushing that out hard. If you're a Facebook person, you want to friend us on Facebook, there's a lot of information on our Facebook page as well as our website. So this is an amazing event. I love the connection. A couple weeks ago we celebrated World Oceans Day, which is a UN project. And we always say, is it World Oceans Day or World Ocean Day? Because we consider it to be one ocean. And it's amazing to see so many people rising up and taking lead on clean water and using their power, the power of the people, to tell the powers that be that what we want and how we would like our water treated. So it's interesting to hear from the Deal Lake Commission about watershed watershed mindfulness, which is something that we're working on in the Navasink River for right now, that we're hoping to bring to other waterways. And as the education coordinator, I've been going into schools and talking about storm drains. Where's Jeannie? Talking about storm drains. That's all we want to talk about. The kids love to talk about the storm drains because, and kids that are here today, you know, all drains lead to the ocean if you saw Finding Nemo, right? So we really want to get the message out about storm drains, what happens there, that there's a network of pipes underneath that you can't see that's moving water all over your environment. That's why it's super important to take care of your own little world. We call it knowing your water address, to know where water falls from your property or from your school and how the water moves throughout the environment. Super important, taking, of course, contaminants with it. And if you can be a little bit more careful about the litter and the animal waste, that goes a long way to clean water. So thank you all for inviting me, and thank you for coming. Looking forward to more movement and motion. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Amanda. Here you go, Junior, from Food and Water Watch. Yes.
Howdy, folks. My name is Junior O'Mara. I'm with Food and Water Watch. We're an environmental nonprofit, and we've been in New Jersey for about 8 years. Some of you may know Jim Walsh, our former state director. I really wanted to talk about the fossil fuel infrastructure buildup here in New Jersey. In North Jersey, we have the Pilgrim oil pipeline, crude back in North Dakota oil being proposed to come through the highlands, which can affect of course, our watersheds up there. In central New Jersey, we have the Transco pipeline being proposed for the Raritan Bay, which we've partnered with New York, New Jersey Baykeeper and Clean Ocean Action. We're actually having an event on July 13th that's open to the public, and we'd love to invite you to it. At the Clean Ocean Action table, please feel free to grab a flyer. July 13th, 6:30 p.m. at Keyport High School. Not too far from here, but I hope you can join us. And in South Jersey, we have, of course, the Pinelands pipelines. 2 fracked gas pipelines proposed through the Pinelands that'll also affect groundwater down there and the environment. So we come at a time when President Donald Trump is in bed with fossil fuel interests. We have ExxonMobil, at the Secretary of State's table, former name Standard Oil of New Jersey. So we have roots here in New Jersey. But I just hope that each of you will take the initiative, and I know many of you already are in fighting fossil fuel infrastructure, fracked gas pipelines, and compressor stations that affect our water. How does that happen? We commenting through the government agencies like FERC or NOAA that these pipelines are regulated through. Anyone can comment if you're affected in that state where they're proposing these projects, and supporting clean energy plans. I'm sure all of you all support clean energy, but studies show that we need to be very vigorous in our support, and Food and Water Watch in particular supports a 100% renewable energy plan by 2035, and we'll be introducing legislation and having legislators introduce legislation that supports this work, and hopefully this will all change in 2018 when we have a new governor. So yeah, I just want to leave you with this, right? Protect our water by supporting renewable energy like wind and solar, even tidal waves, and stopping these fossil fuel infrastructure projects, and supporting our water altogether. We're fighting, we fight a lot of water privatization initiatives, which, like in Flint, Michigan, we've seen leads to deregulation, leads to higher water prices. Right now in Atlantic City, we have a campaign, a ballot initiative actually, to stop the privatization of the water down there, because the Atlantic City is actually being taken over by the state from Governor Chris Christie and his private water allies. So we need to protect our water through the environment, through keeping water a public and accessible right. And I again urge you all to look up foodandwaterwatch.org, join us at many of the events we host, and co-host with our partner organizations, and please feel free to grab a flyer and join us at the event on July 13th. Thank you.
Thank you for being here. Is Ed here from Friends of Clearwater? Maybe not. Okay. Okay. All right. John? Yeah, please.
dances, I am going to show you a few simple movements. Maybe some of the dancers would like to come out and follow along, like Sherry. Yeah, come on out.
Anybody that wants to move.
Right, we're going to ask everybody, or anybody that would like to join us. But first I'd like to show the movement. And then, or if you want to go now, come on up and learn the movement. Come up. And if you want to join in later, you're welcome to. If you want to just watch, you're welcome to. So, four simple movements. The first one is like the clouds. The clouds go up. Two hands. The clouds go up. The rain comes down. You okay with that? Okay. Water in your face, and then move it on out. Find your waves. Yeah. Find your waves. We do it again. Do it again. So, the clouds move up, the water comes down, wash your face, and move it on out. So here we go. Same thing, and we go. Walk out. Oh, now it is. So thank you everyone for coming out today and participating at Global Water Dances. And thank you again to speakers, all the dancers, musicians, photographers, videographers. And do know that this, as Sherry mentioned, that this is being live streamed through globalwaterdances.org. And if you want to learn anything more, we do have a local webpage on Facebook, Global Water Dances of Monmouth County, New Jersey. But we also have the globalwaterdances.org, which is the main site where everyone around the world, and no doubt there are beautiful videos coming in from all over the world. They're quite breathtaking. So enjoy. Thank you, please. There's information there. Please take. If you have any questions to ask any of us, please do. And
thank you, Doreen and Sherry.
Thank you so much, Doreen. Thank you, everybody, for being here. If it's okay with you, if you feel able, we have surveys. One of the things that kept me doing this were the surveys. The surveys of people and how it affected them. So if you want to fill out, if you feel so inclined, the surveys are on the table. We really appreciate those surveys to see. And if you ever want to connect with water and you feel like it's hard to connect, just know that, and you know this on some level, that every cell of our body is a pool of water, a lake. We are literally millions of lakes in an ocean ourselves. So I come back to that over and over again. Have a lovely day. Thank you, everybody, for being here.
Good.